Hello everyone, and time for another Blood Bowl match report, and this one was a game I could not afford to lose because all those around me are also playing tonight and the margins are somewhere around 2 points in each direction. So I faced Bjorn and his Amazon team for our return game in the league, and hopefully this time I wouldn't be messing up so much rolls as in our first encounter. So in order to keep my qualifying chances for the playoffs clear, I need to win this game and pick up one of the league bonus points as well to get above some again in the standings. What do you mean, pressure? And how will I handle the Dutch and block speedy ladies? Hopefully the addition of the second Bull Centaur will help towards this end, and the Minotaur not deciding to take another day off as he tends to do lately. Well, lately, ever since I recruited him. And that wasn't helped by the fact that he had 380,000 worth of inducements due to my high rating, which he spent on none other than Mork and Torque. Guess it will come down to my Flamesmiths and Stabbers to keep his numbers in check and just go for these goals with the Bull Centaurs, trying not to get tied up with them in a slugging fest. Opting to receive first, my team formed on the line, hopefully taking out one or two of his line women from the get-go. And of course the ball flew as far as it could be. The initial push saw some of the ladies knocked over, but only a single one got KO'd unfortunately, before a group foul took Morgan Torque also to be knocked out box. Alas, we couldn't pick up the ball, so some things remain true as for the whole league so far. And his runner pushed through with her hit and run, scoring the 1-0 and only a brief enjoyment of the knocked out Ogre star player, who of course duly recovered. So we set up again, the Bull Centaurs wide, to hope to go for the equalizer swiftly. We quickly broke through his line and the raging train wreck stood poised ready to rush for his end zone. With his sprint he would be out of reach of the Amazons, but numbers screwed the pass, first rolling a 1 and then re-rolling for a 2, and gone was the chance. On the other side, Morgan Torque kept struggling with two of my Chaos Dwarfs as we managed to keep him occupied without impacting the game so much. The Amazons of course easily collected the ball and passed it to each other without any issues because yeah, how hard can a quick pass be after all? And the 2-0 was on the scoreboard. In the meantime, as the ladies had ran past, I just opted to try and do some violence. The Minotaur beginning his remainder of the game, a long series of blocks which resulted in nothing else than pushes. At least this game he didn't double skull himself into the hospital, even though at one point after a foul the apothecary had to do his job. But setting up for the drive, we managed to do nothing, a double skull immediately ending my turn. The second half started with the Violators kicking off the ball, and no surprise it scattered right off the pitch and into the hands of his Jaguar warrior as a result. There was one direction, it wasn't allowed to fly, and only if I rolled a 6, so guess how much I rolled and which direction it went. Morgan Torque managed to badly hurt the Flamesmith, but in all credit to the Chaos Dwarf's resistance, this was the only thing he did over the whole game. The Amazons started to amass over my right flank, ready to bring their potential scorers in for a straight line rush. And ended up pushing Cojones Grande into the stands, but luckily to no injury, the Bull Centaur taking place in the dugout. And through they went, one of the numbers clearing my lines with the ball, stalling right before the line. He tried to put down some of my players but failed to do so. It actually resulted in one of his line women, Hot Marakem, being pile-drived so hard her departure was one of pure ecstasy, moaning until she breathed no more. Yeah, his whole team is named after adult stars. Well, I'm not gonna judge him because my team next year will also be of the same kind. The Stabbers failed to take down any ladies though this game unfortunately, and seeing that it became hard-pressed slugfest in the middle of the field, he ran his player over the line and the exaggerated 3-0 was on the board. Setting up for a final drive, the Violators wanted to try and get at least some honorable score. And of course the Bull Centaur failed to pick up the ball which had scattered between both hobgoblins and out of the field, being thrown by the crowd straight into the cluster of the midfield. The raging train wreck amazingly picked it up though, but was too far away to possibly score anymore. So the game ended with just some beating and bashing around the middle circle, but I just couldn't seem to smack through his armor, resulting of course in my final block once more, getting attacker down as the final whistle blew. What is this? One measly star player point from a completed pass in the 8th turn of the first half, and that's all that I got. So this was like a game that not yielded nothing. 1 point for showing up and 1 star player point bar the star player award. Statistically, this really isn't possible anymore. 8 games in a row I keep failing ball pickups or short passes, catches on 3+ with rerolls, and for 5 games in a row now against AV8 teams, they not even managed to smack 2 off the field. If your dice truly abandon you for the whole league now, there just isn't anything you can do, as rolling skulls on the block and 1s and 2s followed on the ball handling en masse just throws any game plan and setup down the drain. At the rate of this dicing, it will be a true miracle if I manage to get in those first 8 spots for the playoffs, as I still hang on to the 9th place with the 2nd Lizardman team now pulling up in the rankings. That means the boat for this league has sunk, because even if I qualify in that spot, I would be up against the Skaven again. So from now on, I'm just going to focus on pure violence again, and don't care about results. So all my skills from now on will be randomly rolled, and I will just be fouling and bashing like mad like in the early games. The result of these rolls, because I did it immediately with everything that could roll, was that Numbers, my Surehands Goblin, got Pro, so he has more rerolls to flunk it. My blocker Halvar obtained a multiple block, that was a bit useless. Karadras, another blocker, gained Brawler, that's handy. The Flamesmith Taco Bell got the pick, because he was a MVP and I took tackle for him. So he's now got block and tackle at it, so he's good. And the Bull Centaur, the Raging Trainwreck, with his random roll got Sure Hands. That's also quite handy. So yeah, not the bad skills, and well, we'll see how it goes in the next games, but I'm just gonna focus on putting the other players down to the hospital. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye. Did you like the Chaos Dwarf content in this video and want to know more about Chaos Dwarfs? Then check out the Chaos Dwarf online forum by scanning the QR code you now see on screen.